in our parents' generation, I think a lot of times people stayed in relationships even when it wasn't working or it wasn't bringing them any joy because they didn't know they had the option of stepping out.
Yeah.
The plus is that yes, they tried to make it work.
Both these generations, before us and after us, they are extremists. You give all yourself to an extent, to a point. But if it is, if it is affecting your mental health, if it is affecting your physical health, if you feel it's no point of return, then it's better to step out.
Yeah, especially a woman needs more support when she makes that big decision to step out of a marriage. Because we've been conditioned to believe that this is our be-all and end-all. That we are nothing without the men in our lives.
Hi, welcome to the Quint, and thank you for
Thank
making
you.
the time. This pairing, of course, first time. What is the one thing that you guys kind of broke a misconception about each other when you guys met on sets?
Honestly, I'd watched Scam.
Yeah.
And soon after I met him,
Okay.
he seemed like he was born to play Harshad Mehta. I would have thought he was Harshad Mehta if I didn't know that the real Harshad Mehta existed. I even told my producers, I said, you think he'll be interested in something like this? Bad on me because that's being so myopic in my vision. But they said, no, he's very interested. Then I met him and he was very shy. So I was like, oh, so this is another side to him. That man who was so badass, it's unbelievable. It can be shy. So I think with Pratik, I couldn't have any preconceived notions. I had a certain thing, but it suddenly expanded and then it expanded further. So I think that's what's so charming about him as an actor.
Yeah.
My understanding of her was always a star. Like,
वो तो है.
इन्होंने सिर्फ मेरा स्कैम देखा था, मैंने बहुत कुछ देखा था, क्योंकि मैं बहुत सारी फिल्में देखी थी. When we met for the first time, she was very easy to talk to, easy to approach. She laughed frequently in that meeting. She would crack jokes. So that was
And
the first
inappropriate ones at that.
meeting. Second time we met during the reading, I could see Kavya now. And when we started shooting, she is so easy to work with that I actually felt that okay, I'm working with some theatre friend, old friend that are meeting after a long time and all.
Yeah.
कि स्टार से लेके सीधा ऐसा लगता था कि okay, now colleagues and we are working together.
Nice.
So that's a good feel.
Yeah. But that is something a lot of people have said about her. She's extremely fun to work with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I enjoy what I do and I enjoy being around people. I like to get to know people. I'm very interested in their stories. Zara batana. Acha, how did you meet Bhamini? Acha, phir kaise kya hua? I think it's always nice to have that sort of atmosphere on set. It works, when everyone gets along.
Yeah. It translates much more beautifully on screen. then.
Yeah, and because, you're working together intensely for 2 months, maybe more. So if you get along, it's a bonus.
Yeah. You gave me a great lead out for my next question. That is to you. I remember the last time we met and you said that you saw Bhamini in the crowd while you were performing a play. And that gave me such a sense of an old school romance, right? Like you see her sitting in the audience and you want to get to know her. You've been married for 15 years and you for 12, right? What are the 3 mantras that you guys follow in your relationships that kind of helps to nurture it and grow it further?
Communicate constantly, continuously on any topic. Live all the emotions together. You fight, you cry, you be happy, you be sad, everything, but do it together. And more so listen. I guess that is very, very important because वो एक चीज़ ऐसी है जिससे आधे झगड़े शुरू होने से पहले ही खत्म हो सकते हैं.
Yeah, because a lot of times someone may be telling you that I hate stainless steel, but it could mean something completely different, It's about spending a lot of time together, sharing experiences, sharing what you're feeling, just wanting to make it work. I think that's the intention is also very important.
That's true. You said something like spending time together, right? In any relationship needs a lot of investment and I think time is one of the most important things. But you guys are public figures, you all are working around the clock, your partners are busy. So then how do you ensure you kind of work around that? Must be really difficult.
Not for me because honestly, I do 1 max 2 films a year. But you must ask Pratik this question because he's only working. And I want you to ask Bhamini this question at some point. And I want to be there.
You may never know. She'll directly call Bhamini and ask this question.
But we need the answer now because I won't know that answer.
It's difficult. It is difficult, but this profession also allows us to plan certain things which is not otherwise possible in other professions. Because I've seen corporate world also for the longest time. So there were a lot of times that I could not take Bhamini on my official trips.
Yeah.
But here, a lot of times that I can actually do that. We may not be able to spend a lot of times together, a lot of full days together, but at least we are together. So that helps a lot. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did. Miss Nosy Parker, it was their anniversary. We were shooting in Ooty, and I told him, listen, leave your daughter with me. Anyway, she and I got along.
How sweet.
Yeah, and I said, why don't you go off to dinner? We'll all keep her entertained. If you want, we'll keep her for the night also.
They literally offered this to me. Yeah, they were very sweet. I had a very, very sweet team.
You got really lucky.
But I guess when you have kids, then you want your child to be part of every celebration, right? So Miraya did go along with them, but I was most excited. I would have been standing outside the door.
And to all you know that she would have all okay. She would do that also.
I hope you always get co-stars like this.
Yeah.
You're always aiding, your relationship ahead.
It's my good karma.
Yeah, it really is.
Who is she?
Karma.
This is her brand of jokes, I tell you.
When we view relationships today, so there are these 3 generations of relationships. One is we've seen our parents go through one. One is the ones that y'all are living.
Yeah.
And one is the younger generation than us, right? When you compare it to from what we've seen and today.
I personally think that we have it best. In our parents' generation, I think a lot of times people stayed in relationships even when it wasn't working or it wasn't bringing them any joy because they didn't know they had the option of stepping out.
Yeah.
The plus is that yes, they tried to make it work, but I'm talking about those situations where it's a no-go, where really they shouldn't be in it and they still continue to be in it. Whereas in our generation, I feel we do step out, both as men and women, when it's not working for us, and I think that's very healthy. But at the same time, we're not looking for the next best thing and not wanting to just like hop on the bandwagon of, situationships. I guess it's just a generational issue.
Yeah.
We've been discussing this a lot, and you need patience to, for example, when you connect with someone, give it time to explore the possibility of it, leading somewhere. But I think people have run out of patience here.
I would agree with you.
But that's my point of view, which is an outsider's point of view.
I kind of, agree with what she said. Both these generations, before us and after us, they are extremists, I feel. One on the other side and on the other side.
Yeah.
I guess we have the best of both the worlds.
I agree. Like she said.
And somewhere we are able to, judge well, maybe because of the experiences of our earlier generation. You give all yourself to an extent, to a point. But if it is, if it is affecting your mental health, if it is affecting your physical health, if you feel it's no point of return, then it's better to step out and lead your life healthily and happily.
Because I think there's a switch, earlier एक ही चीज बोली जाती थी कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, right? There's a societal shift that happened. Do you think the society still needs to kind of have that mental shift when it comes to a woman stepping out and saying, I'm not happy where I am?
Especially a woman needs more support when she makes that big decision to step out of a marriage. Because we've been conditioned to believe that this is our be-all and end-all. That we are nothing without the men in our lives. And therefore, I cannot imagine what someone goes through when they make that decision. So firstly, more power to them. We need to stand by them, No one wants to end a relationship. No one is frivolous enough to say, nahi, aaj mood nahi bana. I think it's tough anyway. So the least we can do is support them.
What are some of the things that is a big no-no in your own relationship?
Disrespect, I guess.
Yeah. If there's no basic respect for the other human being, then I think everything is pointless.
Yeah.
You can love the person, but respect comes above love, I think.
That is true. That is really true. We also say nowadays, a lot of people talk about it and they say that you can't expect everything from one person, right? When we do that is when we think that our partner is falling short, which is actually may not be true. Do you guys believe in this thought process?
No, I think perfection is an illusion.
Yeah.
So, no one's going to be able to tick all the boxes for you. But when you fall in love with someone, I think those things become irrelevant. You don't look at that list anymore because you feel like this is what perfection looks like. To be able to accept the other person for who he or she is.
Thank you so much for talking to me. You guys are great. The trailer looks fantastic,
Thank
and I'm
you.
sure it's going to be everything I wanted to be.
Thank
you
you so
Thank
much.
you very
Thank
much.
you.